The greatest work of fiction in the world today is probably Star Wars. Now bear with me for a moment, but no other movie has captured the imagination of billions of people and pretty much created 40 years of incredible fictional characters and ideas and mythology. But what's really fascinating about Star Wars, and the reason why I think so many people are captivated by it, is the idea of Jedi training. The idea that there are these abilities within human beings that can be unlocked when we learn from great teachers. I've always been fascinated by Yoda. In fact, as I'm filming this, there's a little statue of Yoda here on the set. This is one of the many superhero sculptures we have across the Mind Valley office, right? But I've always asked myself, in the modern world, what is the equivalent of Jedi training? Most of us are attracted to the idea of leveling up consciousness. But let's go back a second. What does that mean? Changing the way we see and interact with the world requires a series of tiny adjustments that lead to long-term shifts in how we view everything about our lives. I like to measure these adjustments through a process I call ROSE, which stands for Rate of Self-Evolution. It is the backbone of transformational education and what we do at Mind Valley, where we teach you how to harness the power and elevate consciousness to transform the way you experience reality. We've joined forces with many of the greatest teachers in the world in every aspect of being human. We think of these as our modern-day Yoda. Each teacher at Mind Valley tackles a different component of self-evolution that has led them to outstanding shifts in their own experience of life itself. So what exactly does it mean to be a modern-day Yoda or master or optimal human being? Well, there are 7 things that I want you to pay attention to in your life. School doesn't teach you these, but if you pay attention to these 7 things, you have a reference point and a framework to truly elevate and move through your personal growth in a really powerful sense. First thing you want to pay attention to is the idea of bending reality. Now, this isn't as out there as it sounds. Most of us are focused on our outer world, what's happening around us and how we are reacting to it, that we forgot how much our inner world plays a role in creating and shaping the outer world. Bending reality is about accessing the tools of the inner world to increase our rate of luck and synchronicity in the outer world. Imagine if the right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances gravitated to you. This is what bending reality is all about. And it's the first concept that we use in this framework. Now, the second thing that you want to pay attention to is intuition. Intuition is the idea that we can access information outside our physical being. So many of us are looking outside ourselves, trying to figure out what it is we're here to do. We're working at our jobs that make our partners or parents proud. We're choosing lifestyles that boost our financial success, but might deplete our mental health with every passing day. And the reason we stay stuck in these cycles of self-sabotage is because we are out of touch with our intuition, that inner guiding voice. At your core, you already know who you are and what you are here on earth to do. That part of you that knows has just got to be accessed so that you can make the best decisions for yourself. So, when you learn to tap into your intuition, what you learn is how to gain access to an unlimited source of creativity and genius. The part of you that can project your awareness across time and space to retrieve new ideas and information. The part of you that is limitless in its ability to channel inspiration and wisdom. And the brilliant part about this is that it's not about building a new skill. It's about clearing space to access what is already there. When you are able to tap into this, you notice a couple of things in your life. You have unlimited creativity. You are able to flow, whether it's on stage or writing a book or ideating at a meeting. And it's a really powerful skill for anyone to have. Now, the third thing is purposeful living. There is nothing more attractive than a man or a woman who is working on their purpose. Purposeful living means you're connected to your core, you're tapped in, you know why you're here, you're pursuing that purpose or multiple purposes, and what often happens when you're able to tap into this is it feels as if the universe has your back. Life seems to flow effortlessly as you move towards your purpose. All of us, I believe, are here for a unique reason, and it's up to us in this life to discover what that reason or that multitude of reasons might be. Now, number 4 is unity consciousness. And what this means is recognizing that the age of individuality is over. that we are now cells in an 8 billion cellular being that is the human experiment, and that all of us as cells have a role to play. And we are also here to look after each other. So when you get to this level of consciousness, what happens is all relationships become win-win. There is no fight or struggle. There is no form of negotiation where you want to get more than the other person. There is no ending of a relationship where there is bad blood between people. Everything is win-win. And you live your life recognizing that you and the other are really one, and that separation is an illusion. This brings us to number 5. Stepping beyond the culturescape. The culturescape is a word I coined in my book, The Code of the Extraordinary Mind, to describe the tangled web of human beliefs, ideas, and dogma that perpetuate the world and create this thing that we call life. But so much of life exists only in our minds and were implanted there from generations past. And in a world that is changing so rapidly, it's increasingly important that we escape the culturescape, that we question what we've been passed down as the rules of life, the rules of business, the rules of capitalism, the rules of marriage, the rules of parenting, the rules of what it means to be a man or a woman in today's world. The more you step out of the culturescape, the more you have freedom to truly be a visionary and invent new, better systems for the leading edge of humanity. So don't accept the dogma of generations past. Now all of these so far are tying to each other. Intuition, knowing your purpose, seeing that you are part of a larger whole, being able to bend reality, and stepping beyond the culturescape. But there are 2 more. Number 6 is being able to access altered states of consciousness on command so you can do what you need to do. These altered states include words like flow, mojo, samadhi, unity consciousness. And when you're able to access these altered states on command, you're able to function not just in a monophasic level of consciousness like most human beings, but in polyphasic levels of consciousness. You're able to access different levels of consciousness depending on what you're trying to do, whether it's flow ideas or shift the world or connect with people or really focus on that code that you're meant to write. A catch-all phrase for this experience is often the word flow. And it really means being able to be so productive that it's as if you can slow down time. Imagine time dilating around you. Imagine the disappointments of the past and the anxieties of the future simultaneously vanishing as you align yourself entirely with the present moment. This is known as being in the flow state, and it is entirely possible to enter it at will. When you are working in a state of flow, your productivity increases up to 500%. That can translate into a week's worth of work being done in 1 day. Imagine the amount of time and energy saved when one learns to do this. Imagine the stress and overwhelm that disappears. In fact, when you're able to do this, 2 things start happening in your life. You become immune to overwhelm, and you can multitask like a master. You can run multiple companies, multiple projects without feeling that life is crushing you. And now we come to the 7th. And the 7th aspect is about magnifying health, vitality, and longevity. All of these tools together may sound incredible, but none of these are achievable or sustainable without our physical human bodies. So at Mind Valley, we borrow ideas from world-class experts on health optimization, on boosting brain power, on recovery, on increasing your lifetime. And the body is such an incredible vehicle to doing everything else that your soul is here to do. So, back to Yoda. Yoda said, "Luminous beings we are, not this crude matter." But this crude matter is so important for channeling all of these powers in our physical world. So when you look at life from those 7 things, or at least I do, I know how to measure my rate of self-evolution. Am I growing my intuitive ability? Am I growing my sense of connection with other people? Am I creating win-win relationships? Am I more resilient to stress? Am I able to access flow? Am I seeing an increase in my rate of serendipity? And almost all of personal growth, as we train people, is about developing this. So in Mind Valley, every time you do a Mind Valley quest, whether it's Lisa Nichols' Speak and Inspire, or Stephen Kotler's Habit of Ferocity, or Robin Sharma's Hero Genius Legend, all of these layer on, and eventually these 7 things become your new state of beingness in the world. So if you found these ideas interesting, I'd love to invite you to attend a special masterclass I'm doing. It's just me teaching the key ideas and principles I've learned over the last 1 year. And it's about elevating your rate of self-evolution. I'm going to lay down 3 important rules and philosophies I found that I now live my life with. And it's allowed me to accelerate how fast I'm growing. I think you'll find this interesting. Go ahead and click the button to enroll in the masterclass, and I will see you there.